empty space in front of the doors. Several pincushion bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belong there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Let's find out more. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Akil pulls you aside. I was following the outside of these walks, he says, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might open the gates from the inside. Let's check out the water passage. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivar. When you arrive at the narrow ducts, go without me. It looks like it'll get you on top of the walls and then down the gate where you can open it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see what happens. It'll probably cause issues, but it's probably the easiest way to get in there. When Gil said water, you should have guessed runoff. Still, you managed to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron grate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gates, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. Okay, so at least I can fill out a party here. I still feel like I should put these guys back here. Fighting time. Oh, and we're surrounded too. Okay, so let's have you two go over here. Brothers deal with that. We'll go like this. So he's just gonna rush in there and tank up. Hopefully drag some attention. At least these two are archers, for what it's worth. And let's see. So they're all about the same. Knock out a good chunk of health there. Might actually even be able to kill them before they hit me. Oh, and of course the tank doesn't do anything right. I mean, this worked out so well for me last time, right? Alright, well, I guess we just go ahead and finish her off. And promotion. Still not a lot there. Only hitting for 2. But I think she'll probably be able to kill him. She really doesn't like having to deal with killing people, though. That's so gonna be an issue later. I probably should have put it there. God, he still can't even kill this guy. Their damage is so low. Let's do this. 6. At least he can do a good chunk. And then she goes down again. Ah, man, their damage really is bad. Let's just try to flail. That sounded bad. Okay, so at least I can kill her here. I guess let's just pop the willpower just to make sure. Run over here. And what do I... Yeah, let's just do this. I feel bad. She's probably going to be really upset that she had to kill somebody. It's 2 health. Yeah, see if I can actually get this guy. One down. Oof. I don't know if this is worth it. Oh no! Stop that! It's so bad. Okay, so how much can I do here? Still only 1? Come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, so close. You're so bad at this. Okay, so head over here. I like how this rain of arrows just didn't do anything at all. Okay, so they're both pretty low. Which one? So he's gonna be next. Let's just kill him off. And then this guy will go. Oh yeah, it's because of the pillage. I forgot about that. Pillage changed the order. So only had a few people get injured. Honest. Yeah, Odd's been injured. Ellet's been injured. Still, 8 renown. Not bad. Something. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in? I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here, dead. All those women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Skull. What are you talking about? Man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters in Varl outside, I would have brought you in. Oops. I'm killed and I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh really? Think you mean hiding out in the grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's a short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst of the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivar and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight, you've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me and to take back Frostfeller. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. Tempting. So obviously, we've pretty much killed all of his people, so he probably doesn't have much in the way of power anymore. You know, but if we were having to deal with all the other people that are doing stuff inside the city, I don't know. I guess we'll join you for now. We'll go with that, because it's probably a bad idea regardless. Good, because whatever else you were thinking wouldn't have been a good idea, or would have been a bad idea. Kill shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscured alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making up as we go, Ivar. Little did they sleep. So we're up on chapter 3 already. It's not bad. Oh, so we're going back over here now. I guess we'll probably be like 2 or 3 chapters, and then we'll end up being at the same place. Go from there. Hakan, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies, too. 100 plus Varl, 100 fighters, 200 supplies? Not bad. You perk up, just now realizing Magar has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone's been looking to you to make decisions. It's exhausting. Hakan? Yeah, I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric, I met him. He seems competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You sure that wound is healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. They're right, Ludin. Return to Strand, go home. Do we do that? Yeah, sure. Why? Aren't you the fabled dredge killers? How did you let them get this far south? We're not watchmen for the world. Watch your tone. If they're here, then something has gone wrong, Ashild, and you shouldn't be here. We would only be made to do this again later, and I would not suffer it a second time. Either take us through the wandering road or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush the boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakan? Tell them to be cautious. No more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Magar, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. And anything you tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anything or anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal, I've got it under control. The fighters we got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too. Ursa. She was probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakan. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Probably walking into a death trap. This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things can get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. The other guy probably stabbed him in the back. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. Have you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget. You weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. Are you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say, Hakan. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to yourself. If there's a reason to bring it up again, I will. And let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Ah, well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Margaret's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. And what are you putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Arbroath for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? God's? Forbid. Ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you in terror in that day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers and Groffum collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Crumb's close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am. Although, Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery barn for Junder now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Kokon. Oh, I won't. Alright, what do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? I've never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha. And get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed down hills that a horse born with grudge, or I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. So I think we're good there. We'll just go ahead and dip out. Look at that, says Mogger. In the hills, more dredge. No, more than a dozen, though. Or no more than a dozen. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Ludin overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. Let's just go ahead and deal with it ourselves. Caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. Because you kinda are. I am so sure that that guy basically just, like, offed the other guy. You know what? Let's just make him a shield breaker. The shield master can just do some work there. Fancy. I like how we just basically have him surrounded. I still don't think it's good to go in like that, though. I don't have enough people to make the surrounding actually matter. Let's do this. Centering impact. It's probably not worth it. And bring the pain. Go here. Next turn, I'll probably just go in there and spin. Rally the troops. Get rallied, Mr. Man. I could honestly probably kill this guy. just do that. I don't know if he would have been able to get around. I figure even if you can, it's still worth it. Let's knock this guy's shield down. Damn! It's actually kind of beautiful. Yeah, they're not close enough for that yet. Oh. Almost. Just straight up kill him. Can I... Yeah, I should be able to. Hit him with 2. Oh, really? I thought that was a 2. Let's actually do this. I love, like, the damage goes through the whole group. Just kill this guy. Hopefully I don't kill this guy again. Swing and see what happens. This guy is so beat up. Do I just leave? I probably should just make him leave. Oh, I'm looking at this guy, never mind. Never mind. These guys are not doing well at all. Okay, so I can at least just kill this guy. Kill him. And then hopefully that guy doesn't kill us before we can beat him back. So this guy's gonna attack and then my other character. And he'll be able to kill him here. Victory! I get some more promotions at least. And then a few injured people. No big. Yeah. Gunolf's kind of cool because I like that he has like a spin to win kind of move, which is nice. Just kind of, you know, go in there, spin around, hit everybody around him. I accidentally killed one of my people with it before, but I like the ability. Hakan. You can hear Ludin's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day. Brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way, am I right? I mean, yeah? Then listen carefully. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim, the banner of Aberrang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his kinder. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin, Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? That doesn't mean I care what happens to you. Or in my own way. Why the tough act? In my own way. We'll run with that. And stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man, is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Ludin looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. Alright, exertion. Gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Lets you add more willpower to your actions. Okay. Want Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 exertion lets you add 3 damage to every attack, or move 3 spaces further than usual if you got the willpower for it. Remember, each stat is equally important in combat. So, I guess, is that a good thing then? I mean, I guess so. What do you got to say? Ursa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb toward Ludin's tent. No, here for you. Oh? Can we talk? I'm just gonna say Ursa, because it's not Ursa. Ursa shakes her head no, smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those 2 curiously contradictory words, you've got 2 impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. Let's just say about the flaming arrows. Sage raises his eyebrows. Varl and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them, she pulls an arrow, there's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground, smoldering. Half the camp is turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. Ludin's bodyguard? No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Ludin? Luck. She watches you expectantly. Well, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Ursa. Hakan. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lip with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Fun. You have a moment? As you approach Bercy, he lowers his book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book-reading type. You're Bercy. You're Hakan. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Varl doing working for Ludin? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? Looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Ludin killed. He's important to you? No, but that's one way to put it. And where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you, by fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah, not anymore? I had a lot of jobs. And especially if he's robbing stuff, can we trust him? What a loaded question. Depends what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. And you laughed at the unexpected gouge. Bercy grins, pleased with himself. And I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, O leader of Varl. You could join us. If I were, it's where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive, got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there is a bit of threat behind that gravely request. You overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slags as much as the next Varl, but I didn't join up to take orders from Hakan, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. You know what? Let's go. Alright, who do you take orders from? You ask loudly. Wagner's dead. We can decide right now. You raise your fists. He does the same reluctantly. His best shot's not bad, but you've had a lot worse. You grab him by the horns, swinging his entire massive frame through the air and plant him into the ground. What's his name? You ask his companions. Gris. Take care of Gris, you reply. You hear them laughing at his misfortune as you wander off. Don't insult me or I'm gonna throw you around like a rag doll is basically what it is. A small gathering of tents come into view. A group of merchants from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped out at the Godstone ahead, one tells. Leaving an offering to Dangler, as one does. His expression turns. Dredge started appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed, though thought the Godstone would be safe, but damned if I know why. We've been dodging them since we left. Let's just let them go. They thank you profusely. One stops as he passes. If you're passing by Dangler, do me a favor. My wife's brothers stay behind. You'll know him by a necklace with many rings on it. If you see him, say we're safely in Strand. You nod. After a short time, they continue on. Morale decline? No! The caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line, and then to Mager, who tells you, Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Vendafell and did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we plotted into them, but we saw them first. Alright, Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When the last time you commanded a few hundred Hakan? Asked Mager. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. It'd be nice if I could I could actually use all these things for something. When you come across more enemies than your party can handle, you'll engage in war. Give your army orders to fit the situation, but be prepared to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you'll end up with higher casualties. Or you can take the burden on yourself with a harder battle, but save more lives. If you're ever desperately outnumbered, it may be best to run, avoiding battle completely. On the battlefield, weapons drawn, a fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count, there must be at least 502 of them. From here you can see nervous glances amidst the enemy ranks. This looks like a good chance to press your advantage. Do we press as in just straight up charge? You know what? Sure. Consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering down the enemy. It'll throw you into the thick of battle where fighting is most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. Let's get in there. Gather your allies and tell them to get ready to lead the attack.